The setting sun was on my face until the music found my ears and the jazz tunes pulled us from the golden street through green velvet curtains. We had been walking up the Via Roma in Siracusa to a dinner appointment, and we'd not meant to stop, but Tom and I sat down on a velvet two-seater. Tom's whisky sour arrived on a deck of playing cards. A chessboard was set and in play beside the front, a game already in progress, and the piano by the bar was already being played. The pianist was a man well over 70, and he was playing when we came in and kept playing as we were shown to our table, his hands moving without looking down. He finished a tune, and a woman at the table near the piano leaned forward and whispered one word across the gap. "Summertime." She was loud enough for us to hear and quiet enough that it felt like overhearing, not listening. He nodded at once and began it. She sang along under her breath, just loud enough for the man she was with to hear. He watched the ice melt in his glass, and I was very secretly happy for the moment. The pianist finished Summertime, and in the gap, the bartender was shaking a whisky sour. The pianist heard it first. He turned, and he found a rhythm the ice didn't know it was keeping. He leaned toward the bartender the way you lean towards someone you're playing with, and he launched into an improvisation in the same key. The shaker became his percussion, and the drink, well, it was ready long before the song was, but the shaker kept going anyway. We all shared a laugh, the whole room, and it was the first sound in the bar louder than the whisper we'd heard when we arrived. That was the moment I understood what a 70-year-old has that a 30-year-old does not. His ear finds that the song is already present, rather than his ego deciding which one he wants to play. He finished the improvisation, and the bartender poured the drink. The pianist then stood up, not with any ceremony. The maître d' walked over and closed the piano. The lid came down without a sound. We clicked our fingers, and someone nearby said, "Bravo!" quietly. Clapping, no, it would have been too loud for this room, and we all knew that. The pianist walked back through the curtains and out onto the street, where someone handed him a drink at a doorway. I didn't look to see what it was. Only after he was gone did I look properly at the room. The piano sat closed. The chandeliers held their light at the same level they'd held it all evening. In Il Club, it was a room the green of an old bottle, with onyx tables, crystal on black twisted cords, deep leather lounges, and ours the velvet two-seater. On the walls, small agricultural tools were in red velvet frames, wooden tennis rackets with their strings gone slack, and a set of rosary beads on a shelf near the bar. Above the leather lounges, 2 oil portraits in gilt frames, a man and a woman in period dress, watching the room the way the painted watch. The quiet in the room wasn't an absence of sound. It was the sound of everything continuing without anyone playing it. A man came through the curtains a few minutes later. He walked to the chessboard, studied the position, moved 3 pieces, and then walked out. He didn't sit down, he didn't order a drink, and he did not speak to anyone. The pieces he had moved were waiting for someone we never saw. We finished our drinks and left for the restaurant. The chessboard stayed as he had set it, and on the Via Roma, the sun was almost gone. Tom took my arm. A pianist I would never see again was somewhere behind us holding a drink at the doorway. And we walked the rest of the way in a kind of quiet that stays between 2 people after they have seen and felt something that they can't quite describe yet. Thanks for drifting with me.